So, you thought I only did reviews of movies? Despite what you might think, I am an active gamer.
Whoa, fly like a tiger, walk in the park, play.
And when a company shadow drops a game that's twice as good and worth half as much as a lot of modern games, you know I gotta talk about it. Anyway, this is Hi-Fi Rush and why it absolutely rocks. Oh, and like and subscribe. In case you've had your head buried in the sand for the past couple of weeks, Hi-Fi Rush is an action rhythm game developed by Tango Gameworks, the studio behind the Evil Within series. No, I'm not joking. The game was announced January 25th of this year during one of Xbox's developer directs and was subsequently released the very same day. Tango Gameworks showing off a flashy, cool trailer as well as an explanation of the overall story and how the combat was going to feel, as well as popping in at the end to say, oh yeah, it's out right now, and it's free on Game Pass, and if you don't have Game Pass then it's only $30, and it's on both Xbox and Steam. Okay, but we were all smart enough to see what they were doing here. You know, we gotta log in, we're gonna, see the battle pass, see all the shop they're getting to try to... there's no shop, there's no battle pass. Okay, so there's no cosmetics in this game then, it's just a very simple... there's a whole store full of cosmetics that you can unlock just by playing the game, and there's a wide range of enemy variety that gives the game a great sense of replayability, and the combat feels fluid, and there's no really game-breaking glitches. There's no empty promises of future content down the line, or adding content that should have been in the game in the first place as DLC. And the story is actually fun and cute with fun characters and good voice acting and good graphics and an engaging art style. And it's all brought to life by this super cool rhythmic action gameplay. And all of the bosses are super cool and charismatic and charming while still being diverse and offering a real challenge to the player. And each of the levels has a unique design to it, completely changing up how you play each one. And the game has a super cool soundtrack that offers a great mix of licensed music, remixed licensed music, and original music. And there's a hot giant Scottish woman who beats you with a stick. And you get to pet the cat. And how much is this game again? Yeah, shut up and take my money. Gameplay is really the most interesting part of this game. You see, Hi-Fi Rush is a rhythm action game, which means it combines the precise timing and musical significance of a rhythm game and combines it with the fun and hack and slash nature of an action game. The basic gist of it being that you play as a young kid named Chai who gets a music player trapped in his chest during a freak robotic accident, which causes himself and the entire world around him to move to the beat of whatever song he's listening to, which just so happens to be whatever song is currently playing in the level you're playing. The gameplay being rather simple, using a system of lights and heavies as well as dodges and parries to allow you to have good offensive and defensive tools. Light attacks are faster than heavies, but heavies do more damage. You can dodge to get away from advancing enemies or just move around your opponents, and if you can time a parry just right, you'll be able to launch a counteroffensive. The tools at your disposal also grow as the game goes along. You gain access to a grappling hook, which allows you to move around the battlefield better, and you also gain access to several partners that you can call in to use as assists. The gears you collect as currency throughout the levels can also be spent to give you new combos or special attacks or upgrade your slots or your health. But that's not even the best part of the gameplay. The best part really is how it takes all of this rudimentary and rather simple action gameplay and combines it with the unique tools of a rhythm game. Sure, when you're playing on easy or normal, it's rather easy to just sort of mash buttons and hit combos, and you can pretty much get by with just doing that. But on hard, very hard, and especially Rhythm Master, hitting attacks on the beat is very important. You see, part of Chai's robotic superpowers is that his attacks always land on the beat of whatever song you're listening to. But you can take this even further by hitting all of the right attacks on the right beats for the rest of your combos. Doing a string of light attacks in time with the beat of the song that's playing in the background will actually boost your attacks. Not only will you hit harder and faster, but you'll build up to a devastating combo ender called a beat hit. It's one final skill check to see if you're in time with the beat that can lead to devastating damage if landed. This act of staying in time with the beat and landing beat hits is the cornerstone of Hi-Fi Rush's gameplay. It combines the flashy finishers and cool combat of an action game with the precise timing and rhythmic nature of a rhythm game. I don't think I've ever seen a game integrate two separate genres into its gameplay in such a seamless way as this. If you want to get really good, you gotta learn your just timing and combo routes. But if you just want to mash buttons, you can do that too. The epitome of easy to learn, hard to master. Truly the third strike of action games. You know, I've always had a special place in my heart for video game stories.
Kaido's dropping the capacity low.
They've always gotten a bad rep for being kind of corny. Raises finger, points at Final Fantasy X Titus laughing scene. Some games can really surpass this corny nature. Raises finger, points at, well...
We will make our own destiny.
But I've always found the best game stories are ones that simply allow you to explore the gameplay through a simple narrative. Raises finger, points at...
You become one of us!
And Hi-Fi Rush definitely fits into this latter category. The story basically just boiling down to needing to stop an evil tech corporation that's run by a very handsome Jeff Bezos. And along the way, you'll meet several allies, including Jinx Arcane, a Macaroon, the Best Boy, and a pinch of cinnamon. You'll go through level after level defeating bosses like the Armor-Clad Faith, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, a Scottish Dommy Mommy, a female Twitch streamer, the Wolf of Wall Street, and Virgil if you were into stocks. Just go through each level, obliterate the overworked staff, and savagely murder their bosses. Truly a feel-good game for the century. I mean, it's not exactly Gone with the Wind, but I don't really need that in my games. All I really want are cute characters going on fun adventures fighting wacky villains. The story basically being a vessel to explore its incredibly fun gameplay. And besides, the voice acting's incredible across the board, the animation absolutely slaps. And the music's, well...
They're not secrets, not lies, if you don't know. It's only subterfuge disguises if you don't know. Can't get hurt by the things that you don't know. You don't know.
This might be the only game that I actively want to play on streamer mode. Oh yeah, I stream now on Twitch. Go check it out. I don't really care if Corsica, Peppermint, or Kale aren't very interesting or well-developed characters. They're cute, funny, have amazing voice acting, and are all incredibly hot. Even if we all know Mimosa is best girl. I'd be her left shark any day. Who doesn't love a good dose of enemy variety? The security forces you run into on the Vandalay campus will gradually get harder and much more interesting as the game goes along. In the beginning, you just fight a bunch of jobber enemies that are basically just lining up to be killed. Then those jobber enemies get lasers and they fly now. Then you start fighting big boys with armor that do a lot of damage. Then you run into specific enemy types that require partners to get through their shields. Or armor or flames, it depends on what partner you have equipped. The game goes on and on from there, introducing several other types of enemies that I won't name here. Some gain invulnerability states. Some fly and need partners to help take them down so that you can get up close and hit them. I fucking hate birds now. Some even need you to do a series of precise parries in a row in order to beat them. And some are all of these. And while you're dealing with that, all of the other enemies are also still there. Yeah, look, I won't lie to you. As you get further into this game, it gets really hard. Try fighting a samurai while a dozen jobber enemies are shooting at you and there's a bird flying overhead. And you better be on time with your parries, otherwise you'll turn into Josh Peck as the weatherman. But as you play, you'll gradually get better and better and better. With that getting faster and faster and faster. Going from getting bodied by samurais to perfect parrying their entire storm. Getting plucked out of the sky by birds to plucking those bastards out of the skies yourself. And then after a while, even he will be your bitch. And that's not because your level's going up. That's because you, as the player, are getting stronger. And that is the best part of the whole game. Whether you want to be the best Guilty Gear player alive, or you just want to get to the top rank in CSGO, anybody who plays competitive games knows what the long, hard road of improvement looks like. And while Hi-Fi Rush isn't exactly a competitive game, it's definitely a game that tracks your progress as you go. Getting good at games can be really hard because unless you're winning, it's hard to feel like you're actually improving. And this is coming from somebody with over 300 hours in Guilty Gear Strive. Trust me, I know. But even when you're getting bodied in Hi-Fi Rush, there's always a bit of expression and ingenuity in how you play. One of my most memorable experiences being getting bodied by a Brutal when you're first introduced to them by Zanzo, to perfect parrying one first try on Mimosa's level. From getting a C rank on Corsica's boss fight, to getting perfects across the board. Every single wall that you run into in this game can be overcome, and when you overcome it, you get to stand on that wall, kick it, and tell it hits like a bitch. I don't think I've ever played a game in so long that makes me feel so powerful, and yet so defenseless at the same time. Because samurais are gonna rip open your butthole when you play them on Rhythm Master. But once you fight enough of them, you'll be the one ripping open their butthole. From perfect parries to just timings to light combos to air combos to partner combos. From your first D rank to your last S rank. From your panic power chords to your HPP combos. Everything about this game wants you to feel strong, wants you to feel powerful, and wants you to feel like a rock star. But you gotta go earn it first. 9 out of 10. Instant classic.